No, I'm just saying no Judge, and I don't think Sanchez yet either, right?
I know.
He's still on the DL, I believe. Judge is out for 3 weeks before he can even pick up a bat.
Literally, like a day after we said it.
Yeah, seriously, literally a day. Britton walked in like 3 guys or something like that in his last his last appearance. And
Chapman doesn't look sharp.
Chapman doesn't look sharp. They almost got swept in their doubleheader. And they're not looking very good right now. So I think we're catching them at a good time. I don't know how the pitching matchups go, but just in general, get them at a good time. I'll have to look that up while we talk.
Yeah, and who knows with Judge too? I mean, I don't know how truthful the Yankees front office is with talking about injuries. We know ours isn't typically very truthful. So, I mean, 3 weeks for a wrist? That sounds kind of optimistic. I mean, your wrist...
Well, I heard it's the same injury that Bogey had.
Sounds like a month, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, was it? Because, I mean, he kept saying how he...
It was a month, but Bogey was never the same after that.
Right, exactly.
Until this year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about... Yeah. No, it was a month, and then he was bad. So, that makes sense.
Yeah, so yeah, and the first thing I thought of was, oh no, is this where they go get Bryce Harper?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't think Harper's going to go for much more than Machado got. I wouldn't think. So
he might just on name alone.
It would cost somebody another top 20 for sure.
Definitely a top 10. At least one top 10 for sure.
And there's not many systems in baseball that can go out and get him, but they're one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they are for sure if they wanted to go that route. When it comes for it's actually going to be a really, really, really good series matchup-wise for the Yankees. So Thursday, it's Sale versus Sabathia. And Sabathia, we have more trouble with than Severino, honestly.
Right.
So that's good there. Second game is Porcello, Severino. Another really good one. Third one, Evaldi, Happ. So the 2 new guys.
Wow.
And then the Sunday night game, Price and Tanaka.
And Tanaka pitched very well in his last outing.
Yeah, it was a gem.
He's hit or miss with us. Sometimes he'll go 8 innings, 1 run, or sometimes he'll go 4 innings, 8 runs.
It all depends if he's tipping, basically.
Yeah, and how his body's doing. Because if he's even a little bit ailing, he sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, so that you're right. I mean, there's no real mismatches in there.
No, I wouldn't say. It's pretty even.
The Sale game against Sabathia could potentially be another very low-scoring game, kind of what he had on Friday night. Because I mean, we don't hit Sabathia very well at all, or good lefties. So yeah, and it's interesting that Happ comes right after Sabathia, doesn't he? Next game.
It's Sabathia, Severino, Happ.
Oh, okay. I like that better then. Yeah. Put a righty in there because 2 lefties like that back to back could, kill our momentum if it were Sabathia and then Happ.
You could be looking at the ALDS kind of order as well. If they have to play the wild card game, they're going to throw Severino, obviously.
Oh, excellent.
So game 1 of the ALDS, they're going to throw Sabathia, most likely. And either Severino on short or kind of their rest, or Happ then Severino. So there's your 2 or 3 probably right there. I don't think they throw Tanaka over Happ, just because I think they went out and got Happ for the playoffs, not for the run to the playoffs.
Maybe that's why they threw Pomeranz in the second game, just so it would look kind of like the playoff matchup.
Well, we actually don't get Pomeranz against the Yankees now.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, in the Philly game.
Yeah, we get him in the Philly game. Yeah, no, I like that. And then we get... So then after that, after the Yankee series, the first game in Toronto, it's Pomeranz versus Stroman.
Yuck.
Yep, and then it's Sale, then Porcello.
All right. Those are excellent points. I mean, because I could see them staggering their lineup just like this in the ALDS, and wouldn't it be great if Price pitches game 4? Keep him all the way at the end there with, I don't know, Velasquez on tap if need be.
Yeah, I mean, I still vote for Price in the bullpen. I wanted Erod there. in the third, probably third game, and then Price, in there to relieve him. Obviously, it's been one game for Eovaldi, and the real test will be, for him against the Yankees. If he can pitch well against this Yankee lineup, and he pitched well against the Twins lineup, which beat him up last time, and also has some big hitters in there. I mean, they have Sano, they have Dozier, they have Logan Morrison. Those guys can all hit. So if he can pitch well against those guys, I mean, Sale, Porcello, Eovaldi, Price in the pen makes so much sense to me. Like 2 innings a night, 2 innings every other night. Especially, Sale, you're not even going to have to see Price, most likely. So it's just for the Porcello and the Eovaldi start. He could really shorten the game for us.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that does hinge on whether or not Erod comes back, and I mean, that's tough to tell. I think he's still in a boot, as of today, and that
he was supposed to get out sometime this week. I knew that.
Well,
I saw that somewhere.
It was supposed to be within 2 weeks. So, and actually, you know what? I think today marks the second week of that. I think it was a Sunday game where he got hurt, and but then he's going to go to a specialist this week. So I don't know what the timeline is really for him. Unfortunately,
he needs to take as much time as he needs because ankles are big.
Yeah, absolutely. It would just be nice to get some optimistic news, though.
Right?
Oh yeah, it'd be great. I mean, I expect him back at mid-September. Maybe late, and it doesn't bode well for him coming back late September because of our schedule, just difficulty. We play, to close out the season, we have the Yankees, Cleveland, Baltimore, Yankees. Not much time. Yeah, if you're going to get him in there for like not a rehab start, but like this is his first start back, it'd be in that Baltimore series, right?
And that's not even a good start to bring him back in because he just loves playing the Orioles.
Yeah, exactly, and it's at home too.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. There's not really going to be any minor league games after the start of September, so I don't know how you rehab him in that case. He might just have to come back to the bullpen and just do some long relief.
Yeah, long relief, stimulated game, maybe. Maybe he does come in for the Baltimore game and just throws 4 innings, something like that. And then they go to Velasquez or they go to Brian Johnson to kind of like bridge it to the bullpen, the later guys.
Yeah, he pitches well against the Yankees, though, or at least
he does.
He does.
So we'll see, I guess. And the other thing about Price too is there's going to be no way to hide him. In those last couple of weeks where you have the Yankees twice, Cleveland once, he's going to face some tough lineups, and there's going to be no excuses. If he's getting shelled, then he can't start, basically, is what I'm getting at.
No, yeah, the only way you can hide him, you could technically hide him the last Yankee series, if you wanted to. You could pitch him like game 1 of the Cleveland series, and then pitch him the last game of the Baltimore series, which would line him up to be, well-rested for the playoffs and no Yankees. So you could do that, but I'm hoping that series doesn't matter.
That's what I was just about to say.
For example, if the season ended today, if the season was going into the last 3 games today, if today was September 27th and tomorrow was September 28th, we'd be up 5.5 for the Yankees. We could lose all 3 games and not worry about it.
Right.
So that's when I'm pitching Erod for a rehab start. I don't care if he gives up 90 runs. Pitch him for 70 pitches, get him out. I'm pitching Brian Johnson for game 2 and Velasquez for game 3. And then sitting and letting, the guys hit however they want. The hitters, you don't want them to get cold, so you want them to play a little bit. But, get 2 at bats. They don't need 4 or 5. I would think anyway.
Yeah, and hopefully we do have the luxury. We thought we were going to have that luxury last year, but the floor kind of fell out from under us and got pretty dicey.
Closing with Houston didn't help.
Right.
Yeah, well, it doesn't get any easier this year. We got, Yankees, Cleveland, Baltimore, Yankees. So that might be worse, honestly.
Yeah, and everybody was saying last year how, don't worry about Houston. They got nothing to play for. Well, they throttled us, so...
Yeah.
And then
I just hope it's not 2011 all over again.
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't say those words. This team doesn't seem like that, though. That manager doesn't seem like it. The team doesn't seem like it.
No, that team was cocky.
And they needed a change, and you just look at JD Martinez when he goes up to bat, and you go look at Adrian Gonzalez when he went up to bat at the end of 2011. It's
like,
totally different.
Like night and day. Absolutely.
Night and day. And so I just feel so much more confident with this team. And I'm really excited for the September call-ups, since we're talking about September right now. You know, I'm ready to see Feltman. He's been... Yep. I don't know if you guys have, like, kept up with him at all, but...
I saw that he got promoted.
Yeah, so he got promoted. Since he's joined the South Atlantic League, he's been, 10 innings pitched, 1 walk, 20 Ks.
Well,
sheesh.
So 2 strikeouts per inning.
Yeah. And
he's the all-time TCU saves leader, isn't he? Or LSU? Which one was it? I think it was TCU.
TCU? Whatever one it was, he was the all-time leader to saves there, yeah.
And that's a historic baseball school in the last 10 to 20 years. So, I mean... It's not like he's playing for SMU, you know.
No, that's not some joke program. I mean, his last start, he was 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, ground out, 14 pitches, 7 swings, 5 swing and misses.
Sweet.
Where is he now since he got promoted?
He's in the South Atlantic League, which is what is that? Is that low A? I mean, is that just flat out A, or is that high A? I gotta look.
What team is he on?
Greenville, maybe?
Okay, that's high A.
High A, all right, there it is. I'm pretty sure he's
Greensboro.
He's in a high. Yeah. I think he's there.
Yeah, so that would be high A. So Portland would be the next step from there. So,
which I mean, everybody seems to skip AAA at this point.
I was going to say he'll probably skip AA and go AAA. To be honest, and then just kind of do something there.
Yeah,
you need a jump, you know.
He might be that trade, you know, or the effect of that trade, you know, that you need to make.
Right. Yeah, 100%. It was TCU, by the way, and I mean, we were linked to who? Kirby Yates, Zach Britton, and a couple of the little guys. Well, Britton's gone. I don't think Kirby Yates is happening. And the last guy we called up from down there was Thornburg, and he's looked great. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if... it is Greenville. And I wouldn't be surprised if Feltman went up there and did the same. I don't think we'd be putting him in the 8th inning to set up Kimbrel, but the 6th, you know, the 5th in a bad start.
Just a situational type thing, probably.
Yeah, 100%. And if he does well, you know, the good thing about him is he's not just like a lefty specialist or a right specialist. He's a legitimate, you know... This is the inning, he gets it type of guy.
Yeah, and I've been trying to say all along, I keep meaning to write a quick blog entry on it. I'm really fine with the bullpen because Thornburg continues to show us he is trending the right way. And Brazier hasn't given up a single run yet in, a half a dozen appearances or so. So, I mean, we've got pretty good depth, and Barnes is doing all right, and Hembry, you know, for a depth guy, not doing too bad, especially with inherited runners. But I'll tell you one thing, and I made up my mind on this earlier. If we're going to trade for someone, the one guy I want it to be, like unequivocally at this point, is Brad Ziegler. In his last 27 appearances, he's only given up 2 earned runs and has a ground ball rate of 74.5%. And he's not going to cost anything.
Look at Terry with the advanced analytics.
I saw that.
You want to tell me?
I saw that in a tweet.
Can you tell me why Miami has the right to have a playoff bullpen and nothing else?
I mean, there's got to be a bright spot somewhere, right?
You would think. And I guess that's theirs. I mean,
to be fair, Miami the last couple of years have been the opposite, where they've had all these great hitters and nothing else.
Right.
You know, before Jose Hernandez died, it was literally he was the star gem pitching, nobody else, and they had nobody in the bullpen. And they had all these great hitters. Now they have no starting pitching, a great bullpen, and they sold off all the hitters, so there they all go. You got JT and Starlin. That's it.
Their entire starting rotation would be like bullpen guys elsewhere.
Yeah,
or AAA guys.
According to Red Sox stats on Twitter, which I do grab a bunch of stats from that dude's really good. If you guys don't follow him already, he does random. He gets in depth pretty well. But inherited runners in Hembry's last 9 games this month: 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1. None of them scored so far.